Is this thing recording? Awesome. So I have some good news and I have some bad news. Bad news is my beloved X Pro 2 Beatrice is injured. I don't exactly know what happened, but her exposure compensation dial is all over the place and it's kind of making the camera act super wonky. So I sent it off to Fujifilm for repair, and that has left me stuck with actually the good news. These cameras. I have this Pentax K1000 with me and the Nikon FM2 behind me that I've been using this week and have been having actually quite a bit of fun with them. It's been a long time since I've shot film, and it's been kind of fun to get back into it, especially now that my style has changed over the years. I used to be just more into just shooting around my neighborhood and seeing interesting scenes, and now that I moved to Philadelphia, it's just been a ton more street photography. Shooting street photography on film, I see it on YouTube a lot. I don't know how you guys do it. I'm using these SLRs, so that's been a challenge in itself. They have really loud mirror slap. I was out shooting the other day, and every time the shutter went off, people knew. People were like, whoa, who just took my picture? So it's been kind of interesting because I have to be a little more subtle or take a couple steps back. I also don't have my favorite lenses. I normally shoot 35 millimeter or 28 millimeter, really depending. I'm sort of shifting to 28 in more recent months, but I only have a 50 on this guy and a 24 on that guy, which 24 has been easier just because the depth of field issues are less. But I actually don't know if that camera works. I got it a few months back, haven't had a chance to put a roll through it, and the meter's dead, so I'm a little skeptical of the condition it's in. So I've only put one roll through that, and I've been primarily shooting this Pentax here at 50 millimeters, which has been a lot more challenging because I can't really range or zone focus, whatever you want to call it. But the other big interesting aspect of this is I used to shoot everything. I used to experiment a lot, especially when I had my Fujifilm. It was just an easy camera to experiment with. It was very subtle. It was very quick. It was just a good camera. There's no cost to an additional shot, so I could play around and I could just see the results on the back, just turn the camera around and be like, oh yeah, sick. That's what that looks like. In this situation, I have to wait. Every shot costs me money. So I got to be kind of a little bit more judicious in the way I shoot. And I think that's actually been a welcome change. I'm learning a lot from that, learning to just be a little more selective. Instead of taking 300 shots in an 8-hour day, I might take 60 or 70, not as many, which is nice because, I'm taking less and being more self-reflective in the moment when I'm taking these photos. I think there's benefits to both, right? I like the digital aspect where I can be very free and experimenting, but this is also nice to be a little judicious. That's how you say that, judicious, because editing does suck. I have a backlog of photos that I have to go through just to even select which ones I like, let alone do the actual edits. And so in the spirit of all this, actually, I'm going back to the Darkroom, too. I just signed up with Philadelphia's local community Darkroom, the Halide Project. Highly recommend them if you haven't checked them out already. And yeah, while I'm there, I've only gone once so far, but I'm going to continue to go now that my camera is in the repair shop. It gives me a little bit of time to shoot some film, and more so just to make prints. I haven't made prints in a while, and I remember the last time I did it, I learned a crazy amount about what makes a good photograph. Maybe I'm just more of a physical person and I don't really like to have as many digital things in my life. So it's helpful for me because my brain just understood that. When I did the print and I worked on my exposures there, it was very clean and simple for me to be like, oh yes, this is exactly what dodging and burning is. This is exactly what a properly exposed print looks like. And I feel like that's pretty important, and it transferred over super seamlessly to my digital editing workflow. But my editing is kind of taken a turn for the worst. I just feel like I want more out of each image that I create, and I don't really know how to get there. I know there's a compositional aspect, and I've been really working on getting layering and improving my composition, but I haven't been spending any time on how do I improve my edits? How do I make my editing better? And so that's kind of what I'm excited about, is to kind of learn a bit more. I might even take a class just to get more additional understanding of how the print works in a physical setting and try and transfer more and more of those techniques back to my editing workflow in Lightroom and Photoshop. That's something I'm pretty pumped about. I'll hopefully give you guys an update. I would love to be able to share some photos of the prints that I've been making or have made in the past. So yeah, I think there's a lot to learn here. I'm pretty pumped about this, and yeah, I'm hopefully come back with another update in another week or two with how street photography's been going, what I've been learning, what I've been seeing, and yeah, if you're not out shooting, get out shooting.